Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the most unusual tarot reading in the world, as far as I'm concerned, or aware of in any event. I've done tarot for over 20 years. And in that 20 years, I have come to the conclusion that tarot predicts nothing. It is not intended for that purpose. I know, we're sold that line of baloney all the time. Not true. In 20 years, I've never found, once in a while, a tarot reader will glom onto something, but it's rare. The purpose I have discovered of tarot is the science of potential. In other words, you see on the screen here, 4 tarot cards, 1 card in the middle. That's the oracle card, sets the mood for the reading. That's all I'm going to use. That's all I'm going to use. I don't need to throw out 20, 30, 40, 50 cards because all that does is mix up the message. What it does is cover the ass of the reader so that within that 40, 50, 60 plus cards, you're going to find something that you resonate with. And that's what they want you to do. Feel good, feel good. Unicorns, lollipops, rainbows. Woo! Don't deal with that. If this reality, which might be a matrix, is what we have to work with, this is what we work with. That's why simple, clean, 4 cards of tarot, 1 card to kind of set the stage, and then let's work on your propensity or your ability, potential to manifest. That's the point of this, manifesting. Now, we do it all the time. We manifest all the time, probably every single day. But we do it negatively. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want to meet this person. I don't. And you get lots of it. And you say to yourself, what the hell, man? Look, my life sucks. Well, you're doing what you've been trained to do, manifest suckery, so to speak. I don't know if that's a word, but you get the idea. We have been dumbed down. We have been held down. And so we have a tendency of looking at the world as a glass half empty as opposed to half filled. That's important because the people who run this place have been doing it for thousands of years. They want to make you feel like a piece of shit. In fact, less than that. And pretty much we respond that way. Once in a while we surprise ourselves, but for the most part we respond that way. And then wonder why we suffer. So I want you to manifest. This is the point. 4 cards of tarot, 1 card as guidance, and 1 frequency. Simple, 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 direct, like a laser beam. I want you to focus. Get that negative manifesting out of your system. Let's start working on the positive manifesting. It will change your life. Is it going to make it perfect? Hell no. Life, by definition, is a 4-letter word. It ain't perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. Because it's through the obstacles, it's through the overcoming challenges that we actually grow. If we're not challenged, we're sitting in front of some sort of a TV or tube or whatever the hell it is on our fat ass, eating food that's no good, it's junk food, and we're content with mediocrity. However, you get threatened seriously, have somebody with a pistol up your asshole, all of a sudden, miracles can happen. So the idea is to avoid all that negativity and focus on the positivity, what your potential is. The science of potential, that's tarot. This frequency will either connect with you or it won't. Most people, it won't connect because that's people. You got siblings, right? Brothers, sisters, whatever. How come you're not all the same? You came from the same house, same parents? Probably. What? How come you're not the same? Because we're all different. Well, same thing in a reading. Now, probably out of 10 people, 1 or 2 are going to really connect. The other 8, on varying degrees. A little bit here, a little bit there, whatever. So I try to make this more than simply a tarot reading. 1, for your entertainment information purposes, but 2, to give you a broader understanding. If tarot is the science of potential, and I've done that for 20 years, so I pretty much have that down, at least I'm comfortable with it. I've also done numerology and astrology for 50 years. And those are the science of cycles. upon cycles, upon cycles, upon cycles, upon cycles, upon cycle. It's very complicated. Now, I've never met anybody who understood it all, who could predict with accuracy. I mean, you can touch on some things and you do it better than you would with tarot, because that's what numerology, astrology, they're all about. Cycles, when the new moon, the full moon, that kind of stuff, when seasons change. Nothing satanic about it, cycles. And that's the same thing with the astrology and the numerology. How you use it is different. Like I've said many times, you take a simple butter knife. You can either take some butter, spread it on a nice piece of toast, maybe cinnamon toast, or you can poke somebody's eye out. Using the same knife, it's just the person using the knife. So if tarot is the science of potential, I use the astrology, numerology as kind of a base. What is the energy that we're dealing with? Like right now, we're going through the same energy, Plutonian energy, and I think Uranian energy too, for that matter, that we had in 1776 when America established its independence. And we're working through all that now. And in fact, coming up in a year and a half, July 4th, 2026, we're going to hit 250 years. That'll be our birthday, if we're still around as a country, and I do mean if. We have some heavy hurdles to climb. But the point of the matter is that same kind of evolution and revolution, that energy, the Pluto-Uranus energy of the American Revolution, is here now. 250 years, they're back essentially in the same places. Stirring up the pot the same way, and you see what's happening. We are at a revolution-evolution standpoint. That's what's so critical. So I will take tarot as the final destination, but to help kind of set the stage, astrology, numerology. And with that in mind, I got some astrology that heard a couple of people, friends of mine, talking about, and I said, you know what, I haven't mentioned it, let's get to it. It's the sextile between Saturn and Uranus. Okay? Sextile is a good thing. I'm not going to get into the crazy stuff. It's a good thing. It's a 60-degree geometric angle. Better than that is the trine. That's a 120-degree geometric angle. The trine says things are pretty much going to happen. You're going to have these things unfold, and we have a pretty good idea. With the sextile, the 60-degree geometric design, the door is open, but you got to walk through. So there's a lot of potential there with the Uranus sextile Saturn, or I should really reverse it, Saturn sextile Uranus. Saturn's going to be in early Aries, Uranus in early Gemini. That gives us some clues. Saturn talks about structure, focus, limitation, a laser focus. You can either say I'm being held back or I'm really being tightly honed. It's up to you. It's up to that situation. In a sextile, I would tend to think that you don't feel restricted. You see an opportunity. But because Saturn's in Aries, there's a lot of ego. Okay. The other planet involved is Uranus. Revolution, explosive, freedom. In Gemini, it's communication. It's information coming in. So the Saturn is sort of a laser focus. Uranus is sort of a light bulb. Actually, it's more like fireworks. Boom. So what can we expect without, now let's kind of move the jargon aside. What can we expect with this Saturn sextiling Uranus for the next couple of months? Explosive information, maybe leaking, more leaking, lots of them. And they will be explosive. More focused communication. People are interested in getting to the truth. And there's more ego-driven communication. Now, because it's a sextile, it's not going to be a negative thing. It's going to be understanding yourself. Why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? How can I make myself more effective? There's also inspirational revelation, shocking information going public, a major thought shift. And it's not going to be painful. going to be something we're going to have to dig into a little bit, but we can come out with some really interesting and productive insights. We can get information that we've been looking for, haven't found, and it just jumps to the surface. It really is a very, very positive time. And at the very least, if you turn the energy inward, it gives you an opportunity to straighten your own thinking, to clarify your own thinking. Instead of being all over the place, again, you're laser focused. You know what you're looking for, you know how to do it, but you got to do it. Okay, so that's kind of the background. So now we go back to the reading, the tarot reading, and before we get to that, let me do a meme here. It's about intuition, which will be very important and effective during this Saturn-Uranus sextile. Intuition is your soul whispering the truth to your heart. The reason you have a hard time trusting your intuition is because you are still convinced that something or someone outside of your authority still knows better than you. Let me remind you, your intuition is a gift. When you disregard this intuition, this inner voice, you are dismissing the wealth of knowledge that is stored within you. There is some connection. Intuition is something that we haven't quantified yet. It's what makes us different than the damn robots that are getting ready to take us over. In fact, it is our kryptonite to robots. So manifest. Let's get to the reading. Middle card, oracle card, as I said, buy the book. Buy the book. You see the elephants? They're connected together. Mama leading the way, I would expect. And they're all pulling in the same direction. They're all going in the same direction. They're going by the book. Because of the Saturn sextile Uranus aspect over the next couple of months, how about you not following the book? How about if you write the book? How about if you begin to author your own life? What a thought. But that's what you're here to do, and that's what you'll have the opportunity on some level, some way. Your thinking, your feeling about your thoughts, or whatever, your philosophy is going to change. Or at least the opportunity will be there, whether you do it or not. The voices in your head are going to tell you, are you listening? Let's go to the reading. All the way to the left, you got the Chariot. Talk about intuition. This is the card of intuition, the Chariot card. You notice that in almost every one of these Chariot cards, I don't care which version of the tarot card you see, the person in the Chariot really is not controlling the two sphinxes type thing, whatever those animals are. He's not controlling them. There's no whip, there's no harness. He's controlling them with his thoughts. Self-control, willpower, focus. What were we just talking about? The Saturn sextile Uranus? Intuition, focus, laser beam. The Uranus stuff is going to bring in something new, something you didn't expect, maybe anticipated, but didn't really expect, and boom, what are you going to do with the information? Because you're going to have to do something. The Saturn part says you're going to have to do something. And that leads us to the next card, the Death card. This new insight or revelation will create a transformation, a transition. Something in you about your thinking, about your view of the world, yourself, is going to change, or at least have the possibility of change, whether you follow it up or not. Remember, tarot, science of potential. You don't have to do a damn thing. You're not being forced. And with the sextile, you're not being forced. The door is open. You're going to walk through. I think you'll see some good things coming out of it. Next card over. Seven of Swords. Most astrologers look at this person as stealing something. I think they got their heads up their keister. He's not stealing anything. You notice in even this version of the card, and I have several of them, two swords in the ground. Two is always decision, decision, decision. He has made the decision to quit playing the game. He's taking what he knows to be true to him, for him. And he says, I'm out. I'm not going to play the game anymore. I'm not going to believe what you tell me. I'm not going to think the way you tell me. I am going to author my own life. I'm going to write my own book. It's my life. And the Saturn sextile Uranus over the next couple of months is going to give you an opportunity to do just that. But again, it's just opportunity. What you will need to do to help you out in this procedure is the Hermit card. Because with the Hermit card, you got to go inside. You got to turn inside. You have to listen to your intuition. Remember, intuition is your soul whispering the truth to your heart, and Saturn sextile Uranus is the truth of your heart, of your soul, of your spirit. You'll know it, but it may require some effort on your part, and that's where the science of potential comes in. You want to manifest? You want to manifest a better life? You want to manifest a positive life for a change? You will have that opportunity. Something will come into your life. It may come from your immediate life, may come in from the world. Some revelation, some new information, something that even though you expected it, it still surprised the shit out of you. No, really? Yeah, but you knew it was that. Yeah, but I never thought that. Yep. So there's some interesting stuff. I would not be at all surprised if there was more leaking of information, a lot more communication, even a major thought shift. Because as this information goes public, people begin to understand it. I think it's going to have a profound effect. It's a really good thing for us to have, especially right now, because we are lost in the sauce. People who we have expected would be here to help us aren't doing a damn thing. They're clouding the issue. Then there are the people who we always expected who lie, cheat, steal. It's almost to the point now where you don't even know what's real. Well, guess what? Saturn sextile Uranus should help clear that up. Not get rid of the problems, not fix everything, but give you that little light at the end of the tunnel where you go, holy moly. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao manifested reading. Please like, subscribe, and share. People around at me bitch at me all the time because I don't usually mention it. My job is to inspire you, but I will do because they can make life really tough. Please like, subscribe, and share. Helps with the algorithm. So back again tomorrow, or between now and the next time you and I get together to do tarot. Peace and blessings.